Here we go. The Eddie Gilstrap Motors Pace Vehicle picks up speed. The DB Properties start-restart zone will come to life here at Salem Speedway here tonight. Race fans, you are ready. We are ready. Here we go. Green flag 68 strong here tonight, and we are underway.
High into turns 1 and 2 they go. We'll see if everybody can survive the first lap. A lot of cars beating and banging. Everybody's still 3 wide all the way around. Looking good so far down the backstretch. We got some trouble into turn 3 already, Will.
Big pile up over in turns number 3. Here we go.
Big pile up. Everybody having to come to a stop over there. Red flag, no doubt.
Well, Harold Adams, I thought we were going caution free, sir.
Well, officially we haven't even got 1 lap in, so we could.
That's true. Optimism. Well, it's a parking lot. We thought about it.
Yeah, I don't know who that was that first got loose. There was a couple of them got together, and they went up towards the high side and then came back down, and everybody had nowhere to go.
Well, here we go. PNC Pit Road picking up. You see Noah Allison, left front damage on that number 24. There is Roger Vincent, fastest in the pack early on. He'll come down PNC Pit Road. A lot of other drivers trying to get by, and what a mess we have in turn 3.
You talked about it. Some of these heavy hitters would be involved in some of these wrecks. Right away, we see a couple of heavy hitters right away into the pit area. Now, some of these guys that got damaged, they can't even get out of the way over there, so they're behind the 8 ball already.
Well, I mean, it looks worse than it seems, I guess. I mean, we have a lot of guys who just kind of slowed down at the time before contact. Now, the front of the team, you see Dalton Neville back there. You also see the number 99. There is the number 2, Deech's car, I believe, 27. Alex Booby involved as well. And trying to get a look at our friends on SalemSpeedway.tv. You see a lot of guys stopped. Kind of looks up to Brent Kiefer. You see one of the Tharps around the 33. I believe that's the second of the Tharps there. You see C.J. Grider down. He has a lot of front-end damage on our broadcast. And a tough break for the Brownsville, Kentucky driver.
Looks like Alex Booby up there out of his car in the T2.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys. We have not completed a lap yet. I mean, 1 lap on the board shows, but over in turn 3, there's Evans. He gets by the Mount Lawn Speedway regular. But, yeah, catastrophe here.
We do see a couple cars now moving away. There's Jeff Hubre in the 58 now pulling away. So we'll see who can get away cleanly and who's going to be stuck over there needing a little help to get off the track.
Well, there is Todd Harrison. He comes down PNC Pit Road. A lot of front damage on that car. Looks like he is able to continue, maybe just a bit of adjustments. So we talked about it. Now, if you were a front runner in that top 5 or 6, you got by pretty unscathed. But looks like Alex Booby already the hood up. They're going to hook that car up, and he is tough break. He has taken his racing jacket off. Now there is C.J. Grider. He's going to be able to pull away. Impact Rescue Safety Team hard at work already. So there's Kenny Humphrey moving around on the bottom, as you see a lot of officials over there as we have our first red flag and a replay. For those of you watching at home, we see the initial start take place right here. There is the start. There is Kyle Lefevre on the inside as we fast forward on the replay. Everyone comes around, kind of looking at the front runners real quick here as we're trying to give you a play-by-play. Oh, okay. I see exactly what happened there. So Todd Harrison gets loose going down the back straightaway, bounces off the outside retaining wall, comes down, and catastrophe starts, and Todd Harrison gets slung back up the racetrack, and that's where Alex Booby gets hit, and that's what causes the backup.
Yeah, Alex Booby looks like he does take the brunt of the damage. He got hit on both sides of the car there, and no wonder they're putting that thing on the hook. So, yeah, it was Todd Harrison with the initial losing control there. I don't know what happened, but he definitely lost control right there.
Yeah, he basically came off the 2, got sideways, kind of didn't want to run into Bradley Moore, so he kind of overcorrected, went into the outside retaining wall, comes down, hits Noah Allison, bounces back up the wall, and collects Alex Booby, and that's when the catastrophe really starts to happen here in the Crown Vics.
Yeah, the 01 there got in there pretty hard, too. I believe that is Corbin McGee in the green 01. He come in there hard to to the T2 of Alex Booby.
Looks like Corbin going to be able to continue there, going over in turn 3 right now, making his way to turn 4. So Nick Cook down on pit road as well. So a lot of drivers may not be out of it as of yet. But like you said, coming down PNC pit road, the worst driver that got that was Alex Booby on the hook of the Eddie Gilstrap Motors hook. And you'll see race fans here shortly the damage on the front of that T2. And he will possibly go to the infield garage area. I say that because that is no man's land out there. He served as the garage area. As you see Tharps down there with his team on the inside wall of the short track. And there is that number T2. And there you see very damaged car.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That thing took some heavy damage in that one. So don't really look for Alex come back in this event.
Question is, it did the leaders, I believe, made one lap, so possibly one lap scored on the board. We'll have to look at officials up front, but the rest of the front of the pack, like we talked about, they got unscathed. They were at the right time, the right place, and that just shows you on the qualifying how important that was.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I seen 16 Heath Helton just barely getting by without getting damaged there on that one. They're showing there on the Dirt 2 Media, SalemSpeedway.tv, a close-up of one car's lost their back door. Can't even see the number no more. I believe that's 1691R, Brian Slavey. So I guess he'll be able to continue like that, I suppose. So we'll see what track officials say about that one.
There you see one of the Tharps 33J out there, the crew working that car in the right front of the number 33J. Good news, you have a long period here where you can, but great job of the cleanup crew. Now, the rest of the way, if one lap gets completed, we will go 2 wide starts. The 3 wide is just on the initial start in true Halloween fashion, but as you see, Dalton Neville, I believe he is out of the car down in there, and he walks over to talk to the rest, so he's going to be a scratch of this one, Alex Booby, so 2 cars removed. Tharp looks to be trying to get that car ready, and CJ Grider's crew over there trying to get that car back. Don't know if he's out of the car or not, or the damage sustained on the number 30C. But, oh, catch your breath, you know. We knew it was coming, but just one little incident. It's like Talladega or Daytona if you're looking at the super speedways. Basically, for these cars, this is a super speedway. If one car wrecks, it happens so fast, and you cause a pileup.
Yeah, no doubt. So now the scorers are trying to get everybody back where they need to be now. They're getting ready to roll some of them off. So we'll try to get everybody lined back up. We'll see what kind of lineup we got here. And this is still showing 1 lap complete. So if that is the case, we should go on a 2 wide start, right? Yeah, so we'll have to just kind of see where everybody ends up. You know, we've seen a lot of the heavy hitters. We'll see if some of them come back onto the track. They'll have to start up on the tail there, as we've seen a lot of cars pit.
Well, as you see, CJ Grider and Tharp in the number 33 machine. So Ricky Tharp the second, he is back out there, and the 30C of CJ Grider. So that's good news for those drivers involved in that incident. So right now it looks like 2 cars officially out of this event, which for that catastrophe, not too bad, and tough break for Alex Booby and Dalton Neville. So the number 16 of Heath Helton down on the front stretch has a little bit of damage on the right side, and a right front tire down on the number 16 of Heath Helton. So a flat tire on the number 16 as well, so he's going to have to come down PNC pit road and fix that car, as Brent Kiefer's going to come down. A little bit of damage on the front of that car. That crew is going to try to come to work on that. The good news is, for these drivers, 0 laps, it looks like on the scoreboard. So that's what I'm kind of seeing, but it will be a true double file restart, as Heath Helton's going to come to PNC pit road.
Yeah, even though there's no laps complete, it is a restart. So, as you said, the initial start of the event would go 3 wide. So this is going to put a lot of guys way back further in the field if you look at it that way, starting 2 wide. But, yeah, the 16 of Heath Helton looks like he's up there. He's going to have to go into PNC pit road to take care of his situation there.
No doubt we knew it was going to be wild. Keep an eye on a lot of these guys to the back of the pack after that incident. So again, if you're just now joining us here, as Donnie Blanchard's going to come back out in the 0-1 there, we see on SalemSpeedway.tv. There's Heath Helton in the number 16 from Philpott, Kentucky, former Great American Stock winner here at Salem Speedway. Right front tire down, and of course a little sheet metal damage. They're going to jack that number 16 up down on pit road and change that right front tire, pull away the sheet metal as you see him working down there right in front here at the grandstands. Heath Helton crew goes to work.
Yeah, Will, as I said earlier, we was going through all the cars that were involved in that. I said 16 Heath Helton just barely got through. Well, I guess he didn't quite make it. He did get scraped a little bit. I thought he was okay, but it did do some damage there. As you see there on the SalemSpeedway.tv, they are taking care of the situation there. He should be ready to go back out here momentarily as everybody's getting where they need to be. So trying to get everything organized here for this restart here in the Spooky 200. 200 laps to go.
Wow. 200 laps to go. It seems so far away, Hawk Harold Adams. But getting ready and set to go. Look, this is going to be a great race no matter what. I mean, if anyone says, you know, back in the day you called the Halloween 200, it's the Yellow Flag 200.
Yeah, no doubt. There was a lot of caution. So we'll see how this goes. Right now it looks like up front there, we got Kyle Lefevre and AJC up on the front row, Will.
Yeah, so Kyle Lefevre, big story. They've changed about 2 engines overnight in that Kyle Lefevre number 28. So keep an eye on that 28. Great run by Kyle Lefevre throughout the 2025 season. Here comes Heath Helton back out in the number 16. Great crowd on hand tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. You can see it right there on SalemSpeedway.tv. We appreciate each and every one of you for being out. Tomorrow afternoon, another big day here leading up to the Halloween 200. Some of the best street stock drivers in the nation going 200 laps for that prize. And here we go, and checking over and make sure everything is good to go with the drivers. Yes, it will be 2x2, not 3x3. 0 laps complete. But you know, now when you go double file, and yes, you have the choose rule, same as every race. But you can see, Harold Adams, 2x2, you can already see where our pace truck is and where the tail end of the field is.
Yeah, I know. Without it being 3 wide, it's just 2 wide. That puts these guys in the back way back, a lot further than they would have been if it was a 3 wide start. So interesting right there. But as we said, still got plenty of laps to go. So a lot's going to happen between now and then.
The Impact Rescue Safety Team down there checking the track one more time as Heath Helton looks like he is going to come back down PNC pit road. Big development stories for the Crown Vic number 16.
Yeah, he came back out. Looked like he was good to go, but there must be some kind of problem still. So we'll see what they're going to do there to the 16 machine.
Looks like they're going to check the back right of that and the front right of that to make sure no sheet metal is near the tires of that car. You better check it now before it's too late. So they're doing a great job down there as he's going to pull out PNC pit road yet again for Heath Helton. So they've changed it on us. We're getting word from upstairs since there's no completed laps. They're going to do this thing 3 wide again, Harold Adams. So something different than our procedure book had, but we'll go with that. Like we said, we're new to some of this as well as you fans, so we're just calling what we see. It looks like we're going to have a true 3 wide start.
Yeah, well, like I said, no laps have been completed. So if you look at it that way, it is a start. And it is good news for the guys in the back. Now, they won't be a half lap behind like they would have been on a 2 wide start. So at least those guys get some advantage on that. So we'll try this again.
Making sure the scoring is all good to go. So what we hear.
So, Will, with that 3-wide start now, you got Mike Basham in a 19 that'll join them on the front row. So now you got Mike Basham, AJC, Kyle Lefevre on the front row.
So what you are seeing there, and I'm trying to relay all of that to you fans, basically what we are seeing is the number 7 of Ray Ewing being black flagged for no gloves on, is what we're being told over the radio. So that is the black flag being the policy on the big track. You have to have gloves on, so that is what we're hearing there from race control. We just tell you, the fans, what we hear on the radio ourselves here in the press box, so that is what we're seeing.
Yeah, we're just trying to call it as we see it. And as we said, you know, with all the different rules of this event, a lot of cars just trying to make our way through it the best we can. But it looks like they got everybody ready to go. Maybe one more. Yep. Next time around, we'll go green, looks like.
All right, let's take a deep breath, try this again, strap our belts tight, and go 200 laps around Salem Speedway. Celebrating 79 years here in 2025. Next year, celebrating 80. As we get ready and set to go. Well, once again, I get to make that beautiful speech. The Eddie Gilstrap Motors Pace vehicle will pick up speed, and the DBV Properties start zone will come to life over in turn number 4. So here we go, 3 by 3 by 3 all the way through the field. 2 cars exit. Here we go. Race fans, let's try this again. A total restart here in the spooky 200. They come to the DBV Properties restart start zone, and we are back underway.
All right, green flag out into turns 1 and 2. Let's see if we can get a lap in this time. 3 wide around turns 1 and 2. Here we go.
They shoot down the back straightaway, 3 by 3. Everyone trying to get through the pack without bouncing off the wall. One car goes slow through the back. That's the green and black number 99 machine. First lap going to be completed. Who's it going to be off turn 4? And it's going to be Mike Basham, and the number 19 leads lap 1.